can rock on.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
This is Owl Sports Weekly as we give you our cross-country report here. And last weekend was a very fun weekend, I might say. The James Early Invitational over at Stanley Park. Always a great turnout there to see a bunch of different schools come on out. So for the men's team, they finished 5th overall on the 23rd Annual James Early Invitational. Over at Stanley Park, he led Tim Forrest, the senior for Westfield State, placed 6th individually with a time of 26:04 on the men's 8,000-meter course. Settled in, did Forrest at about the 20th position early on and gradually worked his way into the top 10. The overall winner of the Plymouth was Plymouth State's All-American Sam Burnett, who won the men's meet with a time of 25:08.68. And then it was UMass Dartmouth's Bruno Pyers with a time of 25:26.99. Then Plymouth, again, Warren Bartlett came in 3rd. And you had to go all the way to 6th until you saw a Westfield State runner, which was Tim Forrest. So Trinity College actually won the team title with 64 points. UMass Dartmouth was 2nd with 84. And then Westfield, again, going down the list, Westfield 5th with 123. And other runners for Westfield State, Patrick Brett, the senior, was 2nd among Owls finishers in 28th with a time of 27:11.16. And he just beat out teammate Brandon LeClaire with a time of 27:11.19. Kevin Rayner finished 34th, 27:22.10. And Zach Bentley and Colin Rice were rounding out the Owls, scoring 5. So the remaining schedule for the Owls looks like this. They are traveling to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania for the Gettysburg College Invitational. That'll be tomorrow. And then on the 27th, the MASCAC Championships over at Mount Greylock. So it's going to be a very interesting time here for the men. Obviously, Tim Forrest is going to be leading the way, but what I was noticing, because I got to be at Stanley Park for the Invitational, and not to promote myself, but there's a nice video piece on Westfield State Athletics Facebook and YouTube page if you want to check it out. And
did you go down in the woods?
No, I didn't follow them. No, I told our.
I figured you might have had another camera guy stashed down there somewhere.
No, I got to stay stationary. You know, it wouldn't be a good shot if the camera was bouncing around. And plus,
no, I mean just set up somewhere down in the woods and catch them coming by or something.
Yeah, no. So the way I set it up was you get them on the first corner and then you get them down the home stretch.
Gotcha.
That's what I did for both the men and
so
the
coming
women.
up Heartbreak Hill there.
Yeah.
The mini Heartbreak Hill.
Heartbreak Hill for many, for runners not like myself. But when I was watching the beginning and I was watching the middle, I saw the end, and the description on the article on WestfieldStateOwls.com explained it perfectly, exactly what Tim Forrest did. He kind of laid back. He wasn't really pushing it as much as he was in the beginning part, and then once it hit the 2 mile mark, he really started to get going and really start to get his energy going. And 6th place is a tremendous finish for a meet like this. But I was also noticing that the strategy for Westfield is to keep their guys close, kind of let them feed off each other. If you got a group of 3 for the same team for Westfield State, if you can get those guys to stick around each other, that's gonna obviously drive home a good finish if you can get them. Because Westfield State had 2 runners, I should say. You saw it there. Patrick Brett, Brandon Leclerc, they basically ran side by side up until the finish. So that was a big time strategy, and I think that's what paid off for getting them 5th at the James Early meet. So now on the women's side of the James Early Invitational, they finished 6th overall at the meet, and once again, Amy O'Sullivan leading the Owls, placing 10th individually with a time of 19 minutes, even .68. The overall winner was Christine Myers from the Division II St. Rose squad. And interesting enough, 2nd place, Jessie Carden, former Westfield State runner. But in terms of scoring runners,
where's she going to now?
It does not say. I think she was just running for. I'm not actually sure where she is.
She's invited back, maybe going for a master somewhere?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But in terms of scoring runners, Worcester State senior Mia Rogers was 3rd and 2nd among scoring runners. And the overall meet went to Smith College. They took home 92 points. Trinity 2nd, Mount Holyoke 3rd, and then you get to 6th place where the Owls were sitting at 213 points. So aside from Amy O'Sullivan, you have Andrea Nolan, who finished 21st. Lauren Fitzgerald was right behind her. Lauren Isabel, and then Jackie Caffarelli. And oddly enough, Amy O'Sullivan, again, taking Rookie of the Week in the MASCAC. So obviously, Amy O'Sullivan is going to be the featured runner here for years to come for Westfield State. She's already showing how well she can do in the individual meets, and I think once it comes to the MASCAC Championships on the 27th at Mount Greylock, she's going to be the one to lead that charge. So that's going to be the biggest thing. So again, for cross country, Saturday the 13th, the Gettysburg College Invitational, and then the 27th, the MASCAC Championships. So that is going to wrap it up here for Owl Sports Weekly. I'd like to thank Pete Cowles. I am Joe Braverman. You have been listening to Owl Sports Weekly.